That's her most famous song.
Yeah, sing something for her. Come on.
Well, you know, Shake It Off. Haters gonna hate. You definitely.
Oh, yeah.
So you know 2 songs.
That's the only.
That's the only one.
I don't listen to it.
You would think Power would know a lot of Taylor Swift, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was getting cold left and right in my room.
Kamari, I'm going to pivot to football without a smooth transition. Last year, the guys, everything about camp was like, okay, we need to be more competitive, more aggressive, more detail-oriented. There's a big emphasis on that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's understood now. Like, what do you what's the mood around that like now, a year later?
We're definitely a whole lot more competitive now. We're, much more competitive team. I think last year, we had a lot of unknowns at this point. I think people failed to realize we didn't even know who our starting quarterback was going to be at this point. And now we know who our starting quarterback is, and he's the best in America. You know what I'm saying? So now everybody's coming out here ready to compete. We got new guys, some new faces, both on offense and defense, and I think they've all adapted to the new culture, of this program. We kind of, set a standard for ourselves, and we're going to compete every single day. And I'm proud of the team we competed today, but it's only day 2. So we can keep building upon that, sky's the limit.
How good does it feel to be back in action?
Feel great, you get tired of lifting all them weights, and you ain't on the football field. Trust me, you running and lifting weights. This is what you do it for. We ain't bodybuilders, we football players. So, to finally be able to come out here and play ball, it's a great feeling. That's what we signed up for.
Drake said one of his points of emphasis, maybe his main point of emphasis in the offseason, was to improve his footwork. Have you seen improved footwork from him lately?
Most definitely. He's been doing, a lot of extra work, on his own and both with the receivers. So it's honestly been a privilege to watch him work. I think he's about to take college football by storm. And with that being said, everybody knows who he is, but y'all really don't know who he is. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot left in the tank, and he about to show that this season he's got so much better between last year to this year. Like, it's a tremendous jump. Obviously the world hasn't seen it yet, but they will.
Last year you told a pretty funny story about the first time you saw Josh Downs.
Yeah.
Did you have what were your first thoughts when you first saw Tez Walker in particular, because you had seen, I guess they were calling him in previous years?
When I first saw Tez, I was like, dang, this guy kind of long. He's a taller, longer receiver, so just being able to see him run, when I first kind of saw him, I was like, okay, he kind of remind me of AG a little bit. He can stretch the field, he can get down the field, and then as I continue to watch him, I think his best intangible is his ability to judge the ball in the air. Just how he catches the ball over his shoulder. I ain't really seen nobody better than him at that. He takes a lot of pride in it. Since the time he's been here, I'm talking about practice and extra work included, I've probably seen him drop one ball like that. He's taking thousands of reps at it. So he's really, really good at that.
Mark, how do you see the three guys at tight end?
Yeah.
Obviously bring a lot of different things to the table and all experienced, and it's pretty deep room. Maybe the deepest in the league, I would say.
Deepest in the country.
Okay, fair enough. Everybody's the best.
Get your questions right.
I was trying to slow play it a little bit. How do you think you guys are going to utilize all 3 of you? It seems like all 3 of you are going to be on the field. How do you see that just sort of playing out with the different things you all might be doing as a group and the way you deploy yourselves?
So, like you said, all 3 of us, are great at what we do. And I commend this staff. They're finding ways to all get us on the field at the same time, whether that's 12 personnel or 13 personnel. We're utilizing everybody in the room. Let's be real. Any one of us could have hit the portal, went somewhere else, and played. You know what I'm saying? But we all stay here. I love them. They love me. You know what I'm saying? So we all want to stick this thing out together and continue to develop together. And that's why I commend this staff. They're finding ways for it to work. They're getting us all on the field. We're using our personnel. So that's kind of tough on the defense. You put 3 tight ends on the field. You know what I'm saying? We're getting a run heavy formation or something, hypothetically. We spread out. You got linebackers on the field. Good luck covering us. You know what I'm saying? So it's a matter of just using personnel, using the guys that we have in the room. And I think the sky's the limit. I think we're going to help this football team more than we have in the past.
The targets increased for you guys last year from the previous couple of years, obviously because more of a weapon. Does Chip Lindsey's offense kind of focus even more on utilizing the tight ends and maybe in a variety of different ways?
Chip Lindsey's offense enough to be ball players, and we're gonna get the ball. So if you go back and look at Coach Lindsey's work, a lot of times he worked in 10 personnel. If you go look at his track record in his history, a lot of times he was in 10 or 11 personnel. When he got here, the first thing he noticed was we have 3 tight ends that can all play, and he told all of us we're gonna find a way to get you on the field. And over spring ball, he did that. Over summer, we've installed new things. We're doing it now in fall camp. So I think in his offense, getting players the ball in space, regardless of who it is.
What are you seeing from the defense this year? I know they got a big chip on their shoulder.
The defense is a whole lot more competitive, and it's a year. They got a year under their belt in this new system. I think everybody was so quick to judge them, because of how electric the offense was. But I think people have been on them, and they tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing it. So I think they're coming out here. They're competitive. I don't know if y'all watched practice today. We got into a couple scuffles with them, but it's gonna be like that. Honestly, I don't want nothing else but that. So the defense is a whole lot competitive. This is not the same defense that y'all saw last year. You're gonna see a more aggressive, a more feisty defense. So I look forward to them being able to prove that to everybody, so everybody can shut up talking about the defense. Just being completely honest with you, I'm agitated for them.
Is scuffles good for a team that's trying to build chemistry? I mean, is that something that you guys get over instantly?
Yeah, I mean, man, it's a football field, man. We gonna go to war, then we gonna go get in that cold tub, go eat lunch and laugh at each other. I mean, that's just the way it is. These guys are like my family. Brothers fight, you know what I'm saying? Then we gonna come right back out here, we gonna go ahead again tomorrow. 1% better every day, you know what I'm saying? If it take us getting into a scuffle here and there, we gonna do that.
Sounds like at the beginning of this interview, you were talking high praise of Drake May. You're the president of the Drake May for Heisman little watch or movement?
I mean, you can say that. I love my quarterback. I love him as a person. I love him as a player. I think I genuinely think he's the greatest player in the country, regardless of position. I don't care. So, but he gonna show that. So that's why I can say that. He's giving me so much confidence to be able to say that. Don't nobody work like him. But the world gonna see on September 2nd. I promise that.
Getting t-shirts made for the movement, right?
Y'all can do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna focus on winning.
Kamari, one of the off-season talking points we've heard from Mac for months now. It's a little in the weeds, but he's talking about the need to try to develop some depth on the offensive line.
Yeah.
Like Diego Pounds, Travion Green. Those dudes seem like they're young guys who will eventually be counted on a lot. Like, how do you see just some of the guys that you need to bring along coming along, and just how do you see that with the need to maybe get some more bodies in there during games so that you're not relying on 5 or 6 guys?
I think the offensive line is a unique position in college football. It's not like a skill player where I could just be faster than everybody and quicker than everybody, and you could just plug and play me. With the old line, it's grown men on the other side trying to get to your quarterback. So I think it takes a little bit more time for guys to develop. And just the progression that I've been seeing them make, I think we're getting there.
Right.
With Coach Clem came, I think he's kind of changed the whole attitude of that room as well. So I've been seeing more depth, getting built. I've been seeing guys that's on the squad now play differently. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're all kind of motivated. We know how great we can be. So whether it's, people that's on the blue group or people that's here to build depth, we all going hard. We all pushing each other. So I'm very, proud of the progression of the offensive line and the depth that we building.
What is that change in attitude?
That change in attitude? Coach Clem came here, Coach Chip came here, Coach Lindsey. They said we're gonna win this ball. We ain't have a 1,000-yard rusher last year, and that's the first time that's happened since I've been here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when they kind of came here, they said we're gonna have a new approach to running that ball. We're gonna get the ball downhill, and we're gonna run it. They told the tight ends, hey, we're gonna play downhill football. So when the coach, kind of look you in your eye and say, hey, this is what we're gonna do, you better lock in. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna do that.
Kamari, we got Freddie Kitchens coming in this year, working with the tight end group.
Yeah.
What's it like working with him, and what can you kind of describe his style as a coach?
Man, Freddie Kitchens is a great coach. He is a great person, and I think that a lot of people have a bad perception of him from what I've seen. I don't think people really understand him. I remember when he first kind of got hired, people were saying, oh, Freddie Kitchens is coming here, blah, 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 blah. But they don't really really understand him. I think he's a great coach. I think he's developed us already just in his short time being here, and he's changed the attitude in the room. I can tell you, he's changed my attitude, the way I approach the game. I mean, he's very straightforward with you. He ain't gonna lie to you. He can be very honest. So I think he's a great addition to this program, especially for our room. I think you're gonna see the tight end performance go from here to here under his leadership.
Yeah, and kind of going off of that, you said he kind of changed your mindset, changed your attitude. In what ways did he kind of do that? What do you kind of think differently now, and how different is your coach now versus when he first came?
Well, with Coach Kitchens, if you ain't gonna be physical and hit nobody, you ain't gonna play. Straight up. So if you're gonna be in that game, you're gonna hit somebody, or you're gonna get, dealt with, so to speak. But he changed the attitude of everybody in the room.
Kamari, what is that like knowing with Freddie that, this guy was a head coach in the NFL. Like in terms of that, I don't know, resource of knowledge that he might have, is that something that got you excited when you're like, this dude is, coached the highest level? Like, what is that like, knowing where he's been and knowing that he's in charge of you guys now?
It's a great feeling. Like you said, I have a former NFL head coach as my position coach. So whenever he talks, I'm going to listen. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that's coached Odell Beckham, that's coached Baker Mayfield, that's coached all these people that you see at the highest level, and he was the head coach. So obviously he knows what he's talking about. So just to be able to have him and be able to talk to him one-on-one or in a group setting in the tight end room, times like that is priceless. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely take advantage of his brain for sure.
How is he misunderstood? You said that, when he was hired, how is he misunderstood, or how do people misperceive him, if that's a word?
I just feel like, when he first kind of got here, from stuff that I was seeing, I just felt like people didn't have, the best perception of him just from what I seen. Whether it was people in Cleveland or whatever, from when he was with the Browns. So I just feel like people had like a negative connotation with him. And granted, I didn't know who he was, but, from the day he stepped on campus, he been solid. And I trust him, you know what I'm saying? So, and I don't just say that easily. So I have a lot of trust in him. I have a lot of faith in him.
Coach Matt Brown referred to him as like a running game coordinator. So you spoke on mentally the change that you have on your approach to the game. Physically, what changes have been made, and also to help improve the running game?
So we got a lot of different variations of runs now. Football is football. Gap scheme is gap scheme. Inside zone, outside zone, outside zone. But we may have a different way of doing it, or we may have a different coaching point, to get guys to the second and third level. So I just think we've tweaked some things, and the mentality of it all has changed, of just getting downhill. The running back's mentality has changed, of just press the seam, get north. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to get yards at this point.
Of course, with Freddie Kitchens, pro experience, has there been any professional tight ends that's kind of brought into the film? Not in person, but has there been any film of professional tight ends that he's kind of shown you guys as an example?
Yes, most definitely. Especially like when we're installing like a play. So some of the new plays that we're running, like they're his stuff. So like when we watch film, it'll be film from the Cleveland Browns. So you'll see David Njoku out there doing it, and he has a resume. He's coached Jason Witten. So Jason Witten runs that little stick option route better than anybody to ever play. You know what I'm saying? So we can easily pull up film and watch him. So I think being able to have his NFL insight and all the people he knows and all the people he's been around, film is definitely not lacking. It's a lot better.
All right, gang. We can talk to you.